Alright you guys, what is up? We are on the EQuitycraft server and we've done so much since the last video. It's crazy, so much has been going on. So I have a lot to show you, but the first thing I'm going to show you is one of the more important changes. And I have KaboPC to thank for this before I forget. He had a video explaining exactly where wither skeletons can and can't spawn, and he also made a mod so you can actually in-game see for yourself where they spawn and where they don't. But it does not work in SMP, so I couldn't really use it for the server, but his explanations were good enough that I could actually figure it out myself. And after using his mod, which is amazing by the way, I'll show you it in a bit, but after using his mod in single player, just cruising around figuring out how it works, I was able to figure out exactly what I needed to take out, and it turns out there was a lot of space in my wither skeleton fortress that was able to spawn pigs and stuff, but not actually spawn wither skeletons. So I took everything out that couldn't spawn wither skeletons, so all that is left can spawn, like every single block that is left down there can spawn wither skeletons, and blaze of course. I mean, it can also spawn pigs, but you know, it decreases the rates when you have a lot of blocks that can spawn pigs but not wither skeletons. So the rates are increased quite a bit, actually a lot. I'm just failing. But yeah, the rates have increased a lot, but on the downside, this place is a little bit dangerous. You could see this was the top floor, and most of the top floor, like look at how much of the top floor was actually not able to spawn wither skeletons, and I always suspected that because it was a little bit slow, the top floor comparative to the bottom floor. But yeah, so now all that is left is where they can spawn. So just that pad and this pad over here is basically the only spot. All this is half slab just so I can get to my little storage area. But nothing can spawn on here, on the sandstone anyways. But yeah, and this bottom floor actually has a lot of spawnable area. There's a big square right here which would be really nice to make a farm out of. I'm considering it. I just don't really have an idea yet. I gotta think more about that. But yeah, this thing is way more efficient now. Oh, there's an ender chest there. I've never seen that before. Whoa, oh. I hope that wasn't a skull that just fell off there. If I review the footage and it's a skull, I'll be pissed. Yeah, that's how this place is doing. But yeah, obviously it's dangerous. Lots of open area to fall in lava, basically. And you can get hit off pretty easily by piggies or blades or whatever, right? I find wither skeletons actually like the easiest thing to fight here. Piggies you don't have to fight, but you always end up fighting them, don't you? I like to kill the piggies every once in a while anyways, just to make it so more things can spawn. It's doing pretty decent, and I went through it a while, and it seems like most of the time if you just keep going, like by the time you kill, like by the time I killed those, a few more would spawn, you know, by running around and stuff. So it seems pretty continuous that they spawn, so that's pretty awesome. It makes it so you can get skulls way faster. But yeah, let's go check out the other stuff. But I want to say thanks again to KaboPC for the awesome video, and I'll have a link to it in the description. Yeah, if you check out his video in his description, he has a link to the mod, which I will show you later. And it checks the game code to see what mobs can spawn on the block that you're on. So like when you pull up your F3 screen, there'll be like a line that I almost just pointed at my screen, but there'll be a line that says what monsters can spawn on the block that you're looking at. So yeah, I'll show you that in a bit. Alright you guys, we're here at the end portal, the one that's by my place. Yeah, there's a track to here. I've already showed that before, but yeah, there's a track to here that's at Nick's house. So ask Nick where it is and he'll show you. It's right by his house. So yeah, I've done some renovations here. So this is the access to the end right here. And then if you go down this way right here, we have a Silverfish XP farm. I have a tutorial for this. I'll put the link in the description. This is my tutorial and this is my design, and yeah, it's working just fine, We have an on and off right here, and we have this switch, which when you press it so it's facing the wall, it'll take them all down to a one-shot kill and stop more from getting in the pile. And then you can kill them all, and then you flick it back towards you, and then it'll reset it, and then you can gather more again, and then just repeat the process. So right now it's on open, and you know it's collecting on collection mode, and we're ready to kill them. I think, how many do we have here? 43. We only just got here though, so yeah, it's pretty good. It works pretty well, but yeah. Then they're a one-shot kill. It's not 100% like safe yet. It's mostly safe. I've got rid of most of the stone blocks around here, but there are some, but I don't think there's any silverfish in them. But yeah, that always can happen. But yeah, this is fully functioning, and you could throw a potion at them if you wanted, but I don't really have an instant damage potion on me right now. But yeah, I'll probably eventually build a little potion lab and netherwort farm and stuff like I usually do. And yeah, so as you can see, it's blocking off those fish from mixing in with this pile of fish. So, alright, so now that you've killed them all, those guys are waiting to be killed. They're just dying for it. So you flick it back towards you, and it'll open it up so more can get in. And then once you have enough here that you want, you can just repeat the process. So that is that. Yeah, the on-off switch was a little bit more expensive than I thought it would be. I'm going to try to see if I can show you it here without falling in the end. Yeah. Basically every block of the roof had to be glowstone for it to work. Not glowstone, but a glowstone lamp for it to work. So, and normally these would be all lamps too, but this is where the portal was, and so that area doesn't need the lamps because it's not part of the room. Oh, almost fell in the end there, but alright, let's move on. Alright guys, so the next thing I wanted to do was give you a little bit of an update on the jungle hole project that I was talking to you about last time. It turns out another guy on the server has the same kind of idea, but obviously they'll look a lot different in the end, because I don't even know what my plan is for like fully for once I've, you know, got the hole that I want. But alright, we're heading down into the hole, and yeah, I'm probably gonna get shot soon, but you can see that we have been to work. Yeah, there's quite a bit cleared out so far, but we're still working on it. That hole went so deep. We got a my buddy got a little crazy on that one. That's a little big of a hole, but yeah, no, it's not even all the way out to the edges yet, but we got a good start on it, and it goes real fast with this haste. And it's dangerous, but it's not dangerous anymore now that we have the beacon. And I just wanted to show this. Okay, so efficiency 5, right? And haste 2. You ready for this? It's crazy. Let me go in a brighter area. Actually, you know what? Let me do this, because I love this thing. Oh yeah, that's gonna be good for my videos. Okay, so now you can really see the hole. You couldn't probably see it before, but now you can really see how big it is. But yeah, look at this. Isn't that crazy? Efficiency 5 with haste 2. That's I was about to say an offensive word there, but yeah, this is crazy. Like, what is better, TNTing or this? Probably still TNTing, but yeah, this is sweet. Like, I couldn't imagine this with netherrack, but you obviously can't have that because you can't have beacons in the nether. Stupid. Alright guys, and on to what I'm going to be talking about mostly today. So, we're in a swamp biome. We still have our night vision potion on. So you might be guessing what's to come. And there it is. So yeah, we found one finally. It's not even that far out. So a little bit of the crappy part is that a part of this is a river biome. So we lose a few spawning spaces for the witches, but oh yeah, I probably should mention, I'm planning on making a witch farm. And I already have a design for one laid out, thanks to Doc M's video helping me out there today, and also thanks to KaboPC once again for the boundary mod, and because that boundary mod really just helps everybody be able to see where mobs can spawn exactly for themselves in the game. So it only works in single player, so obviously I couldn't use it once again for this, but basically what it is the outline of the roof, but it is from one block above here, so they could spawn on that block, and above all the way to, I think, that block right there, I think they could probably spawn on. But anyways, there's only 2 possible layers for a farm, so you could have two levels. I've already got it all planned out, and I'll show you that in a bit. But yeah, I just wanted to show you the one that I'm actually going to be making on the server, and this is it. I haven't actually took it over yet. I don't see any witches. I think they only spawn in the dark or at night though. So that's another thing I wasn't sure of, and I guess I'll talk about that right now real quick. In DocM's video or anything, no one has said whether witches spawn, only at night or if it's just in the dark. And I guess it's just implied that it's only in the dark because it's apparently they're the same as hostile mobs. But yeah, I actually tested it out, and yeah, they spawn in the dark, not just at night. So yeah, I guess there's nothing in here to check out. This is kind of cute though. I'll take this out. Did I get it? Yeah, I got it. Because this is going to be destroyed anyways, so no point in keeping it in its original state. Might as well just get all this stuff. I'll show you my idea for the farm here. I'm gonna be building that in a bit, but what it's gonna require is a lot of lighting up of caves and stuff, just like before. And it's gonna require like even more than before because I also have to light up the surface, right? Last time when I did it, I was in the middle of the ocean, so I didn't need to worry about lighting up the surface at all. But here, although we are like right on the cusp of an ocean, so we will have like a nice chunk of it taken out. We're still gonna have a lot of stuff to light up, so that's gonna be the biggest part of this project, and I'm probably not gonna show any of that because it's gonna take so long. And it's going to be so boring, and I don't even want to do it, but it's going to be worth it in the end, and that's what I'm trying to tell myself. But yeah, let's head over to a single player world where I have my witch farm laid out. Alright you guys, so this is just a single player world, and I have 2 versions of this, and I'll explain why in a second. But in this version, the witches can only spawn at nighttime. And I've cleared out space so it is fully 100% efficient. But yeah, I've also built it including the blocks of which will be non-spawnable, meaning that, remember when I was saying that parts of my spawning pads will be in a river biome? Well, that means that witches can't spawn on them, so we have taken that into account in this design and taken out those blocks that they won't spawn on in the server world. So yeah, so let's check it out. This is the world. So as I said, this is the one where they can only spawn at night, and this is kind of how DocM did it, minus the trapdoors, although he did mention the trapdoors. But yeah, it's just got a little water flow around the side, and yeah, it flows all the way down there, and there's 3 paths, so they could either go in there. If they fall off here, they'll go into the center path, or if they're on this side, they'll go into this portal. So no matter what, they're going into a portal once they step off, and the trapdoors are just to help them think that they can step off. Yeah, so as I said, we lost some spawning spaces. I think this entire row would be filled in, plus that block in the middle, if there wasn't for the river biome. But yeah, it's quite open, and DocM mentioned in his video something about, and this is very true, he was completely right about this, that if you look at the eye level of the blocks that they can spawn on, there should be no blocks around for 20 blocks, and this airspace will allow for like better spawn rates, and he's completely right, it does. So having this airspace just allows for, more to spawn more frequently. So that's why he did this, but this means that you can't have it solidly filled in because you can't have a block right here, or here. So it means you can't have it fully filled in, so it means that they can only spawn at nighttime. So that's why I have 2 different worlds. I think it would probably be better. I thought maybe he did this because he thought they only spawned at night. I don't know, but they don't only spawn at night, they spawn in the dark, like I said, so I built another version where I have this all filled in, and that's the version we're going to be looking at in more detail, but this is all pretty simple. simple stuff. So this is just where the hut is, and yeah, I obviously cleared out a bunch of this with MC Edit just so it was fully efficient. So let's head on over to the other world where it's fully filled in. Okay, so this one is exactly the same, but it is just filled in all the way, and it's completely dark in there. So even during the day, like we are now, they will still be able to spawn. I've tested this; they definitely do. As you can see, I forgot to mention this, but that's their little hats poking through the half slabs there, because these are a half block, and although they are only 2 high, their hats poke out a little bit higher than 2 high. So you can actually see their hats when they're spawned on the top floor there. But yeah, this is fully functioning. They go into the portals, and yeah, I'll show you what's happening on the other side of the portal because we have it fully set up. Yeah, so I just built a portal up here so I could have separate access, and we'll jump down to see what's going on. This is sweet, transporting them to the Nether because, oh, how did a creeper and a zombie get there? That's so weird. But it's sweet transporting them to the Nether because there's no mob cap when you're not there. So there's way over the mob cap right now. We have 170 or something, and usually you can only get those big of numbers from spawners and not from like natural spawning. But these are all naturally spawned mobs here. Yeah, there's a squid problem. I don't know what to really do about that. It just happens. I don't know if it's because of where my swamp is that I get so many squids. Like, I don't know. I don't understand, but we get a lot of squids. But, I mean, it's a lot of black ink, so I guess this is sweet. Like, you know, black ink's not easy to come by, you know. You usually have to go fishing in the ocean for it. But here, you just get tons of it. Yeah, so I was playing around a lot with this. Whoops, I broke a lock. And at first I had like dispensers that like burn them in lava for a bit. I dropped them down to try to get them to like a one-shot kill. But with their whole regeneration thing, it's just a real pain. Because like even if you get them down to a one-shot kill, you have to get there and kill them right away. And the ones you don't kill right away are just gonna regen. So it's just kind of annoying that way. So unless you had a potion and you'd have to get there right fast enough, you know, it's just annoying. But yeah, it's set up right here, so if you had like a looting sword, which I don't, but if you had a looting sword, you could, you know, kill them and you'd get the rare drops, you know. Even if you kill them with your normal sword, you have a chance to get the rare drops. But if you don't care about the rare drops, they're obviously pretty hard to kill, so you're gonna be, you know, hitting them for a while, but they won't be able to hit you back, which is the good thing. But yeah, if you want the rare drops, you can kill them here, and if you don't, you can just be like, screw them. And yeah, that's what happens. They all drop down there to their death, and these farms are really useful because look at all the crazy stuff you get. I don't think I have. I'm gonna do this clear. Yeah. So let's see all the crazy stuff we get. Yeah. Yeah. So you just get like a lot of crazy stuff. So that's awesome. We got that fully set up, so I'm definitely gonna build this design in my world, and this was a perfectly efficient world, so obviously the hard part was done for me, you know, by MC Edit, just by clearing it out with the touch of a mouse. But alright, so I concluded that I'm not entirely sure about the trapdoors, because where they are placed is actually outside of where the witches can spawn, so I think that's why other mobs are, I think that's how other mobs are getting into the trap, like this slime and like the skeleton and the zombie that we saw earlier. So I'm not sure about these trapdoors and whether I'll use them. The only reason I wanted to is because supposedly mobs are tricked into thinking they can walk over this and then they fall down, supposedly. But I don't know. It might even work better without them. So I haven't decided on those yet. But yeah, it's obviously working really nicely. And yeah, it's pretty simple and easy to build. It's like building this part of it is gonna be really simple, and even the nether part really simple. The hard part is gonna be doing what MC Edit did for me here, and lighting up the caves. Yeah. That's my witch farm idea, and I'm gonna be building that next. But let me know if you like it. And once again, thanks to Doc M and KaboPC. Alright guys, so we have the mod here by KaboPC, and yeah, so you can see the little monsters line on the F3 screen that I have pulled up right now. And yeah, it just says what blocks can spawn on the block that I'm on, basically at my eye level, I think it is. Basically, now there's witch, as you can see, but as soon as we get right over this line here onto this line, that witch thing stops. So yeah, basically it is the outline of this roof right here. Is the square you're going to be looking at, and there's a height limit as well, top and bottom. So you'll notice, okay, so if I'm right here, it says witch, right? And this is at eye level, so at this block, you know, witch could spawn. At this block, you know, a witch could spawn. But at, you know, this block, it couldn't spawn, you know. So there's a height limit, and it's pretty small. There's also the roof limit, you know, like you could spawn here, but as soon as I jump one up, you'll see that it changes from witch to everything else. So, oops, get it, there we go. So yeah, that's basically why we built it the way we did, because those are the boundaries of the witch huts. It's not a chunk or anything like some people might tell you. But yeah, that's this mod, and if you want to check it out, I'll have a link in the description, like I said, to KaboPC's video, and in his description it has a link to his mod. So yeah. So what I really want to know is, do slimes spawn just on the surface in swamps, or do they spawn below all the way down, or what's the ruling on that? And I also want to know, like, is lighting a factor at all? I don't think it would be, because it's not normally for slimes, but you know, I want to know exactly everything about slimes, because if slimes could spawn all the way down, I don't know if it's just at night. If it's just at night all the way down, you know, I don't know. Put it that way, I don't know. But what I want to know is, that's what I want to know though. I want to know everything there is to know about slimes in swamps, because I think it has potential for a sweet slime farm. So if anyone knows about that, let me know. And that's everything for me. I will talk to you guys later.